After spending a few weeks in the Pacific Northwest, I started wrapping up this trip with a stop in Florence, Oregon, where I spent a couple days enjoying a dune riding event organized by the Facebook group Northwest FJ Cruisers. The Florence Dunes are spectacular for riding, and most importantly, I got to meet a ton of awesome people. The whole off-road community in the Pacific Northwest is just filled with the nicest people you could ever imagine. After Florence, I headed over to Bend, Oregon to visit Eric at his company PDR Co. PDR Co. is Eric's Paintless dent removal company, and he offered to help me out with some of my door dents. Dent removal is truly an art, and I really appreciate that now. It takes hours of tedious work to get metal to even start to undent. I can't thank Eric enough for his efforts on my hopeless case FJ. Now, if you need paintless dent removal in Oregon, go to Eric at PDR Co. He is the real deal. Hey guys, thanks for joining me again today. I am in a different part of the Pacific Northwest, a different part of Oregon. As you can see, the landscape has changed drastically. There is not a tree in sight and also not a drop of water or mud. There is a very cold wind out here, so I am protecting my bald noggin with my Best Top beanie. Best Top is not a sponsor, but hey, if you want to be, let me know, email me. Anyways, let me show you these doors that Eric at PDR Co. in Bend, Oregon did for me. They aren't perfect, and that's because they were huge dents, kind of at the limit of what paintless dent removal is capable of fixing, and I kind of rushed in because I only had about 24 hours to stop and Bend. But yeah, look at that, pretty awesome. He just did the front doors for me, and here's the driver's door. There used to be a huge crease right here, which is no longer there. Pretty impressive. You know, I've got dents on the FJ, and I'll probably always have dents on the FJ, but you know, any mitigation, that's great. So before I leave Oregon and the Pacific Northwest on this trip, I wanted to stop and see one more thing, and it's something that I've never gone to visit before, or it's a type of thing I've never even gone to visit before, and that is a plane crash site. There is an A6 plane that crashed out here. That is a military jet, crashed in 1973, and I guess there's a bunch of wreckage out there, like a tail and wings and all kinds of stuff. Pretty cool to go check out. There's a trail that goes out to it. I don't anticipate this trail will be particularly difficult, but it's more about going to see the plane crash. Now, I've got to thank Ken from Oregon, who came out to Idaho to help me work on the build at one point. He is a big plane crash site researcher. He goes out to plane crash sites all over. It's a real serious hobby of his, and he let me know about this one. So thanks to Ken for sharing the information to find this site. So this is actually in the Christmas Valley area, out in the middle of central Oregon, and it's a lot of sagebrush. As you can see, we're back in the high desert. Now, I said that this trail probably wouldn't be much of a challenge, but at the end of it, my Gaia map does tell me that there is a 4x4 road. So maybe there'll be something interesting in an off-road way up there. We'll find out. seen any dust in a few weeks. There's none of that out on the in the coastal part of the Pacific Northwest, that's for sure. All right, so I've reached the top of this little ridge up here, and there's actually a sign to go out to the A6. There's also a P38 crash out here somewhere. I don't have really any details on that one. We'll definitely go see the A6. It looks like it's up that way. The path definitely is a little bit more rocky now. So I've made it out to the debris field. This whole area is just covered with chunks of plane. Here's one right here, and I'll just walk through the desert and show you some more little parts like this. I don't even know what some of this stuff is. Here's a piece of some kind of glass. On my map it says there's the canopy out here somewhere, but I don't actually see a canopy, but there are pieces of clear plastic that could have been part of the canopy. There's a good sized chunk here. More plastic. This is a big chunk of something. Maybe this was the canopy. It looks like maybe there was some kind of glass in there or something at one time. But you can see that the whole desert here is just littered with little chunks everywhere. And this stuff's been sitting out here since 1973. That's pretty cool and a little crazy. Even right next to the trail slash road right here, there's debris everywhere. All right, guys, well, I've driven as far as you can drive, and that takes you to the tail section right here, at least a portion of the tail, and there's a collection of other debris here. There's also a memorial here for the 2 men that died in this crash. I guess it was a training mission, September 19th, 1973. Lots of small, interesting debris out here. Some even electronic boards. All kinds of small bits and pieces out here. And here's the other side of the tail. And beyond the tail, the debris field definitely continues. I can see some big pieces out there. Let's go take a look at a couple of those. Here's what looks like a piece of wing, I would guess. You can see the US star symbol on there. Here's a piece with a bunch of wires, tons of wiring in this one. I'm not sure what part of the plane that is, but lots of electronics there. It's apparently from the side of the plane. You can see a little fragment of Navy there, AVY upside down. Looks like another large chunk of wing there, maybe. Here's what I believe is the cockpit. Looks like there's some remnants of controls in here. Not much left of it, but I think that's it. Yeah, that's probably right. Probably this is where it closed, maybe? I don't know. Looks like it. Here's looking at the debris field from the other direction. Maybe you can see the FJ way up there, and some debris out here in the desert. And the cockpit's way over there. It's about I don't know, probably a quarter mile. Well, this has been really neat, guys. I really enjoy driving to see things, so to get on a trail and actually have a destination. And this has been a great destination. I'm kind of a history buff, so being able to see all of this stuff out in the desert as it was left almost 50 years ago is pretty awesome. The desert has really preserved it well. Everything's right on the surface. This looks like it could have happened a couple of years ago, not almost 50 years ago. You certainly don't need 42-inch tires and 1-ton axles to access this site, but you know, that's not what it's always about. It's about getting out and enjoying nature and a little bit of history. I really hope you enjoyed coming along for this one as much as I enjoyed being out here. If you did, give me a like, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, so you can catch me on my next adventure. And we'll see you next time, guys.